says to answer the following problems, consider the situation described. At Joe Mockin's Toyota dealership, they are trying to close out the year by selling off the 2013 Camry stock. They currently have a stock of 240 Camrys. The sales manager has okayed salespeople to reduce the asking price on Camrys in order to speed up sales. His projection is that they will be able to sell about 30 Camrys a week after the price reduction, or reduction in price, excuse me. So it says write a rule that represents the situation. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to define my two variables. So when I'm thinking about this, there are two things. I have number of Camrys and I have number of weeks. And so I'm going to say that the output variable is the number of Camrys. And the reason I say that is that we're interested in how many Camrys there are after some number of weeks, which means that the weeks is the independent variable. So once I have my variables defined, I'm going to write y equals, and then I'll think about my starting point. My starting point here is that they have a stock of 240 Camrys. And so I'm going to start at 240, and then I'll think about, well, what's going on? We're selling about 30 Camrys a week, which means that we're taking away Camrys. So that's taking away 30 for every week that goes by. So I have y equals 240 minus 30x. What is the slope in your rule? Well, in this case, the slope was negative 30. It means, and let's consider this for a moment. So what does negative 30 mean? We're taking away 30 Camrys every week. And so that means, it means they will sell 30 Camrys a week. Okay, the y-intercept is the other number that we considered. 0 to 40 is how we'd report it. And it means that they have 240 Camrys right now. And so another way to think about it is when you're thinking about the slope for a situation, it's what's changing, or the rate at which things are changing. And the thing that is the y-intercept is going to be the what is stable, what do they already have, what number doesn't happen over and over again. So now it's going to ask me what the x-intercept for the situation is and what does it mean. You'll recall that you take the the function to find the x-intercept. You take your function, y equals 240 minus 30x, and you're going to replace y with 0 because at the x-intercept, y is always 0, and then you just solve for the x. You guys did this a lot with your project, I believe, or at least once. So I'll take away 240, negative 240 equals negative 30x, divide by negative 30, and so that tells me that x is equal to positive 8. And so if I recall, x is about weeks, and so this says in 8, that's the weirdest 8 I've ever made, in 8 weeks, what will happen? So in 8 weeks, the y will be 0. And recall that y is the number of Camrys. So in 8 weeks, they will have no Camrys left. So they will be sold out.